Hi everyone, welcome to your Alchemy Scope. You are an embodied reflection of Source. You are thus infinitely empowered, abundant, and a co-creator with your context always. You are an alchemist. Divination works because the web of life is intelligently organized with coordinated and storied agency. Let's take a look at the stories playing out now. Hi everyone. Let's take a look at the energetic story that is encoded for this particular cycle. And to do that, we tap into the Sabian symbol that is encoded at the exact degree point of our Sun-Moon conjunction, which is our new moon point, which naturally begins the new monthly cycle. And traditionally, new moons are understood to be, they're known to be reflective of, symbolic of a seeding time. It's the time of the dark moon, and you seed anew, and then there is fruition then at the full moon. So what is seeding us now? The symbol for 19 degrees Libra, the point of our new moon, is a rabbi performing his duties. A beautiful symbol. You might find that you will, during this time frame, inherently have a desire, an impetus, a call to be more aligned with a matured, higher aspected self, to be a model of integrity, and to perhaps teach that to others, but even if it's not teaching, to become an embodied model of what it's like to be a more evolved version of yourself. So this is an interesting symbol, certainly spiritually based, but also in the teaching realm, and teaching happens through various ways. Hi Sagittarius. Let's take a look at the I Ching hexagram that came forward to reflect your particular microcycle over the course of this next month ahead. This is the energy set of this time frame for at least the majority of Sagittarius-centric people. You received number 53, a steady pace. The two trigrams that make up this particular hexagram, this stack of 6 lines, is wind above, mountain below. Like an ancient old-growth forest, where the subtle play of light, texture, and shadows is the product of a process measured in centuries and inches, most things of lasting value develop gradually at their own pace. The ability to learn from experience, one of humanity's greatest treasures, implies constant yet gradual progress. The combination of stillness within and determination without are the essence of this condition. Good things sometimes sprout quickly. The truly delightful take much longer, like a beautiful tree on a mountainside. Sagittarius, welcome to your November spreads. So let's get started. A reminder that the whole scope runs from new moon to new moon. And also a reminder that I'm using again my Siri deck. I had somebody ask just recently, actually, just after a fresh post, when am I going to be using the Bral Talej deck again? And I use the cards that feel delicious at the time. So it just varies. It's whatever feels right to use on that particular day in that particular month. So for this month, I'm using my own custom deck that I use for my own purposes. And I've already shuffled because it's a big deck. It's 144 cards. And then we'll go into your Ascended Master, and then I'm going to do something a little bit differently with the Carolyn Miss Archetype cards this month. Okay? So let's go ahead and pull. A reminder that when I am shuffling for any sign, what I'm doing is I'm tapping into the particular circumstance, event, or situation that is likely to be unfolding for at least the majority of, in this case, Sagittarius-centric people. This is a general reading, so that's the best we can do. So let's see what we have here for you. Okay. What do we have for Sag? The central issue, something's going to come up for you, Sagittarius, that is going to bring up defensive thoughts. Something about something you've been given. There's been no focus. Something's either been gifted to you or you've gifted something to somebody. And it was met with no focus. No, they didn't pay attention to it. They didn't honor it. Again, I'm kind of, at this point, I'm referring to you giving a gift and it not being met, it not being attended to. So, but it could be the opposite. It could be that somebody had given you a gift and you didn't properly appreciate it. You didn't properly thank them. You didn't properly, heed it as an honoring event. So it's either you or it's another. But there's going to be defensiveness coming up. You're going to feel defensive. And so in this particular scenario, because the resistance card is coming up as well, it's likely, so either you are feeling defense from others toward you or you are feeling defensiveness. There's some resistance to your emotional growth, Sagittarius. Very interesting. Your spirituality. So this is what's coming up. Your spiritual life. Your spiritual life. How you honor Source, God, no matter your religion, no matter your philosophy, what your paradigm is, what your thoughts are, and what your daily habits are. So, for example, if you meditate or go to yoga or whatever it is, whatever your particular, spiritual connection habit is, there is some resistance that you are experiencing to the evolution of your spiritual habit, of your spiritual life. This is very interesting, Sag. This theme has not come up before. So somebody, and this is what I'm thinking. See, the thing is, it is either or. It's either you are having resistance to the evolution of the spiritual habit of somebody you know and love. Could be somebody in your family. It could be a friend, somebody close to you. Or the opposite. And you could be feeling defensive because you are evolving. I think this was like this. By the way, just to clarify, that when I get reversed cards, what it's doing in this particular synchronic spread is just providing more information for the particular sector. So then I turn them over. So it's not a traditional reversal as in the tarot. So, but there's something with a gift that was nurturing. So for example, Sag, if this is you that is pursuing some spiritual growth, let's say, because this is about evolution. So if you are pursuing some spiritual growth and you are receiving some resistance from the outside to your evolution, to your growth, you're having defensive thoughts about it. You're having defensive thoughts about it. You're feeling defensive. Or you're thinking to yourself, people are so defensive. Like, I can't be me. I can't flow. I can't just be myself. I can't evolve this thing that is meaningful for me now. But see, the thing is, the thing that's kind of interesting here, Sag, is that there was some nurturing gift given. Now, it could have to do with this daily habit. And I'm going to throw this out there. This is absolutely super specific, and it's not going to apply to, you know, most of you out there. But somebody could have, for example, given you some gift certificate for, I don't know, a course, some sort of a spiritual course, or a talk, a series, a yoga retreat, something, some nutritional, maybe it's like a spiritual retreat with some nutritional aspect, because the food card is here. So it could have been some sort of a retreat, some sort of a health retreat that has the spiritual evolution component. And it's changing your habits, it's changing you. But you're receiving resistance to that evolution. But the interesting thing is with that no focus, no attention card in your thought sector, like for example, over the course of this next cycle, you might be experiencing a lack of attention that you're giving, so that you're distracted and you're not attending to a gift that was given to you. I'll be curious to hear from you to see if this is making sense to some of you. So again, it's either you're feeling defensive or you're feeling defensiveness coming from others. But it has to do with this not being grateful, not paying attention to some gift that was given. And it has to do with this spiritual evolution. It has to do, there's something here that's very key about you not being allowed, or, you know, this is your perception. There's an idea here about you perceiving you're not allowed to be fully yourself, or to evolve, to grow, to connect with this spiritual, this new pattern of connecting with spirit. And believe you me, we are in a new pattern of connecting with spirit. All of us are. So yes, it could be for some of you out there, especially if you are the ones tuning in to the Alchemy Scope, because there's a lot of people out there, and I've had my fair share of Sagittarian critics out there. So it could very well be that for most of you tuning into this particular scope, or to any of the divination series that are here on YouTube, that you are the one, you know, evolving yourself, and perhaps in your network, in your group, in your family, with your friends, they're not evolving along with you. And you're feeling there's a dissonance that's evolving, perhaps, with some of you. It's interesting. And the thoughts could be about they don't get it. Like this card could be you're thinking, my friends or my family or whoever it is, they just don't get it. They don't get it. They're not understanding. This is food for me. This is a gift for me. Like this is evolving me. Like I'm changing, you know? So it's very interesting, Sag. Let's move on to the other cards because we'll get more information there. This is powerful. This is this could prove a powerful segment of time for you, a chapter in your evolution, as it is for all of us. But with that particular storyline coming forward, it's interesting. So what I'm going to do this month, Sag, is pull 3 different cards. This is, of course, the Carolyn Miss Archetype card deck. Beautiful deck. And I'm going to pull 3. And I was saying on some of the other scopes that I love Elizabeth Harper, and she has been doing these intuitive pulls, you know, since she started the channel. And this is something that I have always resonated with. It's always been aligned, and it was always something that I wanted to incorporate into the scopes. But it was kind of put on the back burner. But then just for this month, it came really strongly back that it was time. And indeed it is time, because we have gone through this gamma ray surge. We have been up-leveled energetically. and there's a lot going on, and we are more open. We are more, our psychic abilities are kind of inherently opened at a deeper level, but we are also needing to, obligated to practice. It's like a muscle. We need to practice now becoming greater psychic tools, greater psychic vehicles. So let's go ahead and pull some cards for you, Sag. So there's card 1. Sag for card 2. And for card 3. So I don't know if you could see that on camera or not, but what I typically do, all the decks are different. Every card deck is different. It's its own personality. It's its own character. The size is different. The texture of the cards is different. The quality of them are different, and they behave differently. They're different characters. However, most of the time, I'm able to have them naturally break. So that's how I do it. So unless they fly, if they fly out, that's another way that they break. But otherwise, I allow the deck to break, and that's what needs to come. Okay? So Sag, please go ahead and focus on, see which one, or which two, perhaps it's more than one, but see which one is the strongest pull for you. You'll get a visual cue. You'll get an energetic cue. You'll feel it. You'll feel a sense of expansiveness when you go to one and not the other. So go ahead and tune in. And of course, this is Doreen Virtue's Ascended Masters deck. And we'll go ahead and pull your master for this month. What is the guidance that's coming forward for Sagittarius? Oh, Thoth, right. Thoth was a transcriber. So let me pull this and then I'll show you the card. Very interesting, that. Let's see what we have. Here we go. So this is your guidance for this month, Sagittarius. Right. Thoth. So let me read it. You drew this card as a concrete reminder to write. You've been receiving lots of signs and feelings to write lately, so let this card be the message that leads you to take action. Don't worry about punctuation or grammar. Just write. Express your thoughts and feelings as they flow. So this is about journaling, and it's also about writing, because it could be that quite a few of you out there are maybe you have a new impetus to get back to the writing that you might have started years ago, but it was put on hold, and now might be a time that's really calling you strongly to get back to your creative drive, to actually express yourself via writing. So it could be journaling or it could be writing. Okay, so beautiful. So Sag, let's look at the far left card here and see what comes up. Child Divine. Fabulous. Let me go ahead and read it. So the lower frequency manifestation, Sagittarius, is an inability to defend oneself against negative forces. What is wanting to be matured and evolved. Innocence, purity, and redemption suggests a special connection with the divine. Sagittarius, I am so sorry. Something occurred with the video and the end of that video got cut off. So I'm going to reread the 3 cards that came up. You can see here I took photos of what the final 3 cards were. The far left, the center, and the far right. So just tune in to which one you chose, and I'll go through each one. So let me reread Child Divine again. The lower frequency manifestation, an inability to defend oneself against negative forces. what wants to be matured with child divine, innocence, purity, and redemption, suggests a special connection with the divine. And what I had said in the original video was that was interesting to note given the spiritual kind of habits of the day, or the evolution that's at play, for at least for some of you during this time frame. The second card was Mediator that came up. The lower frequency manifestation is negotiating with an ulterior motive or a hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. The higher frequency manifestation, what is it that wants to be matured with Mediator? Gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life, respect for both sides of an argument. If you selected the far right card, that is Child Magical. Fabulous card. The lower frequency manifestation of this one is pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. If we look at the evolved manifestation, what is it that wants to be evolved into with Child Magical? It is seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. Beautiful. So being in awe, seeing the magical nature of life, because it really is magical. Really beautiful. So let's see what else we have for you, Sag. Sagittarius and Capricorn. I am recording this for both of you because you both received, out of 64, you both received the same Dakini coming forward to reflect the embodiment. Which goddess, which Dakini goddess are you both to become this month in order to optimally flow and move through this month with least effort? You both received a beautiful Dakini, number 15, Creatrix. I'm reading just a very small intro that's written by Penny Slinger, but really all I'm going to do this month, if you've tuned in before, you'll know this is a little different, is I'm going to read the Dakini transmission, because really it's going to give you the crux of the information that you need for this embodiment. If you would like to dive deeper into the Dakini, which I highly recommend for you, because there's a lot of information there that's valuable, the full PDF document is located in the online library, and the link to that is below this video. From the air of consciousness, the fire of inspiration comes and is replicated in the world as inspirational fire of the artist. So that is who Creatrix is. The Dakini transmission, Sagittarius and Capricorn, is this. My bliss is in seeing the visions of light. To express them in form, I take my delight. This inner fire burns day and night. I'm ever aflame with this wondrous insight. I'll read this again for you. This is beautiful. My bliss is in seeing the visions of light. To express them in form, I take my delight. This inner fire burns day and night. I'm ever aflame with this wondrous insight. You are both to become artists this month. You are both to tap into your creative well springs this month. And I send you so much love and support. How fabulous is that? So I'm wishing you both a wonderful month ahead, and I will talk to you again next month.